Into the picks and bans then. Let's have a look what we're going to get from this one. First ban's coming out pretty quickly here with Kassadin and Annie being banned out by Alliance, Yasuo and Elise on Fnatic's side.
No surprise so far. I mean, the Kassadin pick is very normal when you are on the blue side because Fnatic would have the chance to last pick Kassadin. At the same time, Annie ban, she is for me of all one of the strongest supports together maybe with Leona, which we haven't seen today.
Yeah.
But it puts Yellowstar in a position right now where he has to go probably a fresh all Leona if none of them is banned away. And maybe Alliance is predicting from that.
I mean, I've seen a lot of Thresh today, which, as you said, no Leona whatsoever really surprises, but the fact is we do have the likes of N-Rated coming up a little bit later, who we know likes his Leona. Orianna banned out here actually for Alliance, aimed straight in towards Peke, who played it brilliantly against Gambit.
And now here's the thing, because Froggen plays LeBlanc. We just saw Alex play versus Pekka's Orianna, where he simply maxed the shield on Orianna and just survived through the lane and farmed up. Maybe Alliance wants to leave this LeBlanc pick open for them by banning away the Orianna.
So a couple of seconds left for Fnatic's last ban, and well, you pretty much called it without calling it there. LeBlanc was banned out here by Fnatic. That's going to stop it coming over to Alliance. However, Lee Sin left open and Alliance wasted no time in locking that in.
No time thinking. Fnatic banned away the Elise. It would have probably been the first pick if it was open. But Lee Sin taken away here. Sugar loves Lee Sin. He loves to make big plays early game. We have seen Sana play a lot of Lee Sin as well. It's going to be interesting to see, though, if Sadic's actually going to pick up his Aatrox, which he started playing again after Worlds.
Well, I have to say, the obvious, really, looking at this one, where's Mundo, where's Shyvana?
That's actually a good question. Fnatic has the option to pick both at this point. I don't expect him to do so. I expect him to have the Trundle pick ready in case Alliance should pick up one of them. But Alliance doesn't seem to favor Shyvana that high. She's been one of the most contested picks of all, and we saw in the last game, they actually went straight for Renekton, even though Shyvana was also open.
Well, we'll see here. And actually, we talked about not really seeing Leona earlier on, and as if by magic she appears, it's going to be in a Leona Jinx lane for Fnatic.
And this is a kill lane. At level 6, if you manage to land a CC from Leona, combined with the ultimate from Jinx, you have so much burst potential and damage. I absolutely love this lane, and I expect Alliance to be very careful at level 6.
And we saw it in Fnatic's first game of the day against Gambit. Jinx, Annie, similar kind of thing. Level 6 Tibbers is in there. Super Mega Death Rocket follows up. Easy double kill for Reckless in that game. On the other side, though, Shyvana and Mundo, again, still open from this one. And currently Alliance hovering over that Shyvana, which with Lee Sin in there, you might expect that to go in the jungle. But at the same time, you know, Froggen's played lane, Lee Sin. I'm not going to say it's going to be happening in the top lane there. And in the end, they actually go for Thresh there for Nif.
Thresh is pretty much the only support you have left right now. He's really good versus Lona in lane. He's not exactly going to kill her, but he's a very safe versus her. He has his Lantern if she does engage, and if he has a fast Lantern out, you can actually click it before the stun runs down from Leona's ultimate. So generally, Thresh is like the go-to support when you're against Lona. But I will say Fnatic so far, also because they have Jinx and Reckless, has such a good positioning in team fights that the Jinx will fit him really well, and he doesn't really need the dash or the lag of the dash that Jinx has. So right now for Fnatic, I think he's looking very strong, and if they do pick up, let's say, a Dr. Mundo or, could also just say Renekton.
Or a Renekton, which is now being hovered over, and the Vi as well. And now Fnatic went for this, sorry, it was Alliance that went for this exact combo in their game earlier on, where they lost to the Copenhagen Wolves. They had the Renekton in the top lane, and the Vi in the jungle. Cyanide played Vi as well against Gambit earlier on.
Yeah, Vi right now is one of the strongest picks. You have a lot of damage throughout the entire game. You can build full tanky and still do quite some damage late game, and you have the perfect engage combined with Leona. If he locks down a target with Vi and Leona follows up with her ultimate, you're CC'd for about 3 seconds and you're pretty much dead.
On the other side then, we saw Tabs' mechanical skill a lot last year actually with the AD carries. Even in their last game that they lost, of course, to the Copenhagen Wolves, we saw him picking up first blood with a 90 caliber net. So that just kind of shows you that he's got that kind of side down. This time looks like they may go for the Vayne. How safe is that Vayne, though, in a lane where you have got Leona and Jinx who put in that mega damage on a whim?
Now, Vayne itself is very hard to lane versus something like a Jinx, but the fact you have so much mobility, especially with your Q, means you can actually dodge out of Leona and a lot of her like long-range engage. And this means at level 6, if Leona misses her ultimate, you can actually go in for the fight with Vayne because you have high damage, you have your fresh air to back you up if something should go wrong, and at the same time, now Leona already missed her ultimate, starting. For me, the Vayne pick makes sense, but it's a little bit risky, but we'll see how it goes.
Tumbling at the right time and not throwing your tumble out before the ultimate comes in there. On the other side, we saw them hovering over Mordekaiser, but that was Yellow Star. We're not falling for any of that. In the end, though, that pick was, in fact, the Ziggs.
And this give Fnatic wave clear to this combo. The only thing they lacked before was wave clear. Overall, Fnatic's combo has so much potential. Like they have good late game damage. Both Ziggs and Jinx scales really well into late game. Vi is a good late game jungler. Outscales actually Sin. And at the same time, okay, Renekton is gonna fall behind versus Shyvana the longer the game goes. But you'll have so many other options late game. I actually really like this Fnatic combo.
I just want to ask you here in this scenario, because Fnatic are on a high. They won their first game against Gambit nonetheless. Alliance lost to one of the new teams here in the LCS. What are these two teams feeling right now? I mean, Alliance must still be having a bit of a downer after game one.
I think Alliance probably wasn't too happy about the combo they ran in the last game. It was too easy to counter for Copenhagen Wolves. But at the same time, I mean, Alliance is an experienced team. Sure, the members haven't been together for too long, but all the players, we have seen them before. They've been in the scene for some time. Maybe not Shook, but even he's been in the challenge scene for over half a year. So I don't think they feel too much pressure. I think they want to go in here now and show that the first game was just a mistake from them, and now they will redeem them and beat Fnatic. So I think actually Alliance is very motivated and not nervous at all.
Well, Deficio, let's have a look what the fans think about this game and who's going to come away with the win. And it actually looks like the majority of you are saying Fnatic will take this one. It's a pretty close one, though, at 58% of the vote.
I will agree. After seeing the combos right here, I definitely like Fnatic's combo. Not saying Alliance isn't a strong combo, but for me, if Fnatic manages to get the 2v2 lane, manage to land some CC on Vayne and instant kill her and then lock her down early game, they will actually be in a very good position to transition to mid game and maybe keep snowballing from there.
Well, here we go then. It's Alliance versus Fnatic here. A second game that both of these teams are going to be playing today, and an important one for both of them. I mean, this is what we've been touting as a top-of-the-table clash, and come the end of the season when you're looking at playoffs and who's going where, it's games like this that can count.
It's definitely games like this. We saw it last split. It was so close. One win from one team could have changed the whole table around. So right now, Alliance want to go in and get the win, so they're 1-1, and Fnatic obviously want to extend their lead.
So let's have a look here at the early game. And, you know, things since we've moved into the preseason patch slowed down at level 1 in terms of entering the enemy jungle, although Gambit might have something to say about that after their level 1 earlier on, but I think we can expect a more pensive start here, surely.
Generally, the fact that you can at 130 put down your trinket wards means that scouting is a lot more safer, and also most teams actually prefer it, because if you do fall behind early game, which there's a high chance you do if you do invade when there's a ward at 130, it means that you have a very hard time coming back. And now, at the same time, why would you actually risk it? That's the question.
Well, I'll tell you what, Shook has managed to land a good couple of Qs here onto Yellow Star, which has given them vision without putting any vision down. Always a bonus at the start of things. Yellow Star backs away. We hit the 130 mark, and we can see those trinkets all being put into action. Basically means a big line of wards across the entire map. And look at this. We can see Alliance already moving their duo down into the bottom lane. They're going to get there earlier.
I would expect to actually see Shook focus a lot on the bot lane in the start to help Taps and Nif out. Because if they manage to get the level 6 and then choose the right fight, they could actually fight back versus Jinx and Leona. But beforehand, Jinx versus Vayne, Jinx is going to have a lot of free time to trade and a lot of free time to CS.
Well, there is Shook just getting himself that blue buff. Was helped a little bit by Wicked in this top lane on Shyvana. And we're not so used to seeing Wicked playing this Shyvana. It's usually him on the Renekton.
Yeah, but I'm actually glad he decided to pick up the Shyvana for once, and I'm excited to see how he's actually going to build it. Is he going to go the same way he did with the Renekton, or is he just going to go full tank?
And we can see there already a bit of bullying going on in this bottom lane. Yellow Star taking a couple of hits from Tabs as they try to keep this pressure high on that bottom lane. And we'll see about that one as Wicked and Soaz here having a little bit of a headbutt. And talk to us about the progression of this top lane, the Renekton versus Shyvana. At what point, or who is strongest at this point, and does it switch?
Renekton definitely has the advantage early game, and all the way up to like level 9, 10-ish, where you normally see the Sunfire being completed. Once the Sunfire is completed on Shyvana, then Renekton is going to lose a lot of his damage, and Shyvana is going to start actually out-pushing him and out-trading him in the 1v1s.
And that bottom lane, just want to touch on items there. Your speciality, of course, as a former support player, both going door and shield. What advantages and disadvantages has that got at this point in the game compared to something like the coin or the relic shield?
Now, I'm a bit surprised actually that Yellowstar didn't go for the relic shield, and then him and Reckless started in the lane at 155. Just like Nif and Taps did. The reason Nif and Taps is hitting XP and actually shoved the lane up now is because they started in the lane at 155. They managed to kill the first few minions and start slow push towards the enemy. If Leona had had Relic Shield at this point, she could actually shove the lane back and try and give back some XP advantage for Fnatic. But overall, Dawn Shield is very safe. It's good if you want to all in and you don't really, like, just for the general all-ins actually, it's very good.
So that's CS in the bottom lane, currently at 8, the advantage of Tabs, doing a very good job down there. The mid lane, which we've just seen here really for the first time, is going to be visited by Shock, who's currently sat with double buffs running on him, but can he get in towards Peke, who of course still has a flash available? He's going to try and maybe work his way around the back. Peke actually spotted him there from that ward, and he's going to get himself into a position where he gets queued, but the good old Satchel charge will get him back to the tower.
Beautiful play by Peke there. He actually baits Shug into thinking there's not a ward. That's why he keeps staying forward, and we have reports. But he stayed forward and then simply telling Shug,